Here's one thing about being an American living in Europe that I had forgotten, and you might have forgotten too. When I go home, I don't have health insurance. I went back to America a few months ago, just blissfully uninsured. I felt a little tickle in my throat. I had once again contracted strep throat. So I know I need antibiotics. So I'm in the doctor's office. The doctor comes in, is like, what's wrong? I say, it feels like I'm getting strep throat. She shines a little flashlight in the back of my throat and she's like, looks like you probably have strep throat. And I'm like, great, let's get those antibiotics. And she was like, well, first we should do a test. And then she's like, oh, and by the way, the test for strep throat, it's not always completely accurate. So if you test negative, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have strep throat. So either way, I'm just gonna write you the prescription for the medicine. So I was like, well then, do we have to do the test for strep throat? She was like, we have to do the test for strep throat. We do the test. It comes back negative. She says, I think you have strep throat anyways. I'm going to give you the prescription for the drugs that you need. And then I think, why did we do the test in the first place? But then I try not to think about that. Then I go to the front desk. I start to pay for the bill. Guess how much it costs to go into a doctor's office, have someone shine a flashlight in the back of your throat, tell you, yes, you do have the thing that you know that you have, but first let's run a test for that. Oh, and by the way, the test is negative, but that's okay because I believe you anyway, so let me give you the prescription for the drugs that you need, $350. I don't want to sound over dramatic about my experience of the American healthcare system. Some parts that I actually think worked better than over here in Europe. For example, after my visit to the medical center of Marin, they sent me a postcard because when someone spends $350 in 5 minutes, it's worth mailing a postcard all the way to Germany to be like, please come back again.